Good morning, good morning. All right, you see I got my show headphones on today. My wireless joints fell apart pretty much, so I got to get some new ones. It's probably for the best though, because the wireless aren't that great for you. If you look up the the interference with your magnetic field with Bluetooth devices, definitely causes some disturbance. So, that's probably not a bad thing. I wanted to get on here and tell you guys my opinion on this whole and to ask you guys some questions about this whole Venezuelan gangs taking over Aurora, Colorado apartments. I've been seeing this on the news for the last 3 days, and I got a rule: I don't talk about anything I see for the first time. I have to see it 2 very solid or maybe 3 times in order for me to comment on it. So the third time I saw it was when I first woke up today. So for those of you who aren't aware, supposedly, from what they're saying, there are Venezuelan gangs that supposedly came in through Mexico, the Texas region, through the unsecured borders. This is what they're reporting. And they went to Colorado, I guess in a big-ass caravan or something like that, or, a big-ass, I don't know, squad went up there in trucks or car, however they got up there. And they're starting to take over the apartments, and they said they're using arms that they stole from a gun shop or something like that. You can see the video footage of like a bunch of them standing at the top of the stairs, and one of them's on the phone. One of them has some kind of device in his hand for pew pew pew, and the other one has a big device in his hand for pew pew pew. And they knock on the door, and somebody opens it, and they walk in the apartment. That is interesting. And then there's another video where they show like a big ass parking lot. It looks like a Walmart or some kind of department store, trash all over the place, and you can hear shots being let off in the sky. They like, yo, they out here wilding, yo. The young dudes is out there talking about they out here wilding. Problem, here's the issue. I don't know how true all of this is, because the media will show you one thing, and they won't give you a whole lot of detail. Like, it might be true to a degree, you know what I'm saying? But it may not be what they're portraying it to be. And like I said, I like to get more information on this before I like really go in. I'll probably talk about it this weekend, but I want to know you guys' opinion on this, man, because it's very interesting. One thing somebody had pointed out in the comments section was the guys that were there acting a fool, they're basically military aged, and they were saying the guys that were recording, laughing, thinking it was funny in the parking lot, they're the same age as them, but the guys who were going into the apartments were literally military minded. They was ready to get busy. How much of this is through adverse possessions? How much of this is through adverse possessions? The first thing I can think of is the one immigrant who was talking about doing adverse possessions on a bunch of land here. There's a law here that says you can literally go inhabit the land. It has to be a hostile takeover. That's what it literally says in the codes. If you look in the state codes, it'll say it has to be hostile. That's what it says, and that looked pretty fucking hostile to me. So how much of it is through adverse possessions? You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, the majority of this land that was taken through adverse possession. Let's be 1,000% upfront with this whole situation. And if they take over, another interesting part of this was, you got all these pro Second Amendment dudes. You know what I'm saying? You look on the videos. You got a bunch of path my cold dead hands. Those guys. You got a whole bunch of these guys who are on these Second Amendment channels and stuff like that, and they're like the first ones. It'll never happen in my town. Like, but yo, it's happening in the USA though. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. And the crazy thing about it was, and this is why I say I need questions answered, because Supposedly, the mayor said he lost control or something like that. The police won't do anything about it. The feds won't get involved. Here's the problem with that scenario. If somebody raided a gun shop to get a bunch of arms out of that joint, you better believe the FBI will be all over that. How is it possible that isn't happening? For the arms alone, let's pretend that adverse possessions is what's happening. Let's pretend they're doing adverse possessions and they're doing it the right way. Let's pretend, because we don't know if any paperwork was filed. We have no idea. All we know is what the news shows us. So let's pretend they were doing it the right way through adverse possessions, right? Wouldn't the FBI be all over some stolen arms from a freaking gun shop? Like, wouldn't they be there like, hold on, y'all stole stuff, you know what I mean? Even if these guys are foreign nationals, so to speak. You know what I mean? And we do know that there's a limit on what police can do to foreign nationals. We know about that, which I get that. You know, you look in some of the codes, the arrest of foreign nationals, they have a lot of leeway to move around over people who claim to be U.S. citizens, right? So we get that. We know that. We know that, right? So we're going to talk from our knowledgeable standpoint. How is it that the feds, who have jurisdiction over foreign nationals' business in the United States, corporations, have a corporate business that's registered underneath the U.S. corporation and paying taxes and tithes and all that shit, and they're not going in to enforce those statutes? I'm trying to figure this part out. That's what I don't get. You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think about it, because this is a very interesting piece of information. We're seeing it happen. It's just a matter of time before we start seeing this happen in more cities as well. Craziness. And people will be like, yo, Six, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Listen, bro. Listen, let me tell you something. I would not say anything online if I was to even make a move like that. Like, that's the worst thing you could do. So I'm personally right now minding my business and watching what's happening. That's what I'm doing as of right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'll leave it. So with that said, leave me a comment and all that good stuff. Hit the like button, share if you can. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for engaging. Y'all have a nice day on this rainy Friday, but it is still Friday. So, you know, let's try to get through the day, get home and relax and get studying and all that good stuff, working out. Take care of your body. All right, y'all, take it easy. Peace out.